We're super happy you could. Oh, yeah. Before I start, if I can ask you all to mute your microphones, because we are recording this, I think it would be easier if we didn't have a lot of background noise. So when you're speaking, obviously come off mute, but to the extent that you're not speaking, that would be great. Um, so those of you who don't know me, I'm the immediate past chair of the local leadership board, and I'm going to be your sort of MC for the first part of tonight's evening. We have a lot to celebrate from 2024 and a whole lot to look forward to in 2025. And we've got some awards to give out to some special volunteers who have gone above and beyond. And then we have a short presentation on our 2025 advocacy priorities, because it's going to be a huge year for advocacy, and they have that committee has done a great job. So we're going to hear some of the things that they're doing and some of the exciting things to look forward to. So let's get started. So we have a great local leadership board. The New Jersey Local Leadership Board is 17 members strong, extremely engaged, and we're proud to work together to make the New Jersey market so successful. We are one of the more I guess, admired markets countrywide. We do a lot of great things. So a lot of that is in part because of this board. And now let's take a look back at 2024 and all that we have accomplished. Starting with the Evening of Honors. So the Evening of Honors was held on May 2nd at the Palace at Somerset Park. We had 143 people attending, and we raised $167,884, which is a great amount of money, great result. As you can see from that picture in the upper left corner of the slide, we had three honorees. Robert Lahita, Dr. Lahita was the Lifetime Achievement Award winner. Warren Martin Jr., a former chair of this board, was our corporate leader. And Jacqueline Jankowski was the orthopedist of the year. So you see her in the middle of that photo. The highlights beyond those honorees included a 360 degree photo booth, which I think a lot of us enjoyed. The Tito's created special drinks for the evening, which I know I enjoyed, a Tito's beverage, so that was fun. And we had a large, successful silent auction. So a great night. As I mentioned before, New Jersey has a very strong advocacy committee co-chaired by Dr. Evan Leibowitz and Katie Carr. And our highlights from 2024 include, for the first time, Congress, including the Department of Defense Arthritis Research Program in their annual appropriations process. We hope this will continue in the future. In 2024, we began engaging in judicial advocacy, and we're anticipating more health-focused causes coming before the Supreme Court. And we've continued advocacy on priority issues, including step therapy. You've probably heard that that's a big priority for us. Copay accumulator limits and access to biomarker testing. We've started making our 2-year advocate cycle in conjunction with the congressional cycle. So link those up. And that has relaunched our ambassador and junior ambassador programs and introduced additional training sessions and resources. You'll hear some more exciting news shortly during our special presentation, as I mentioned before. So now let's talk about walks. So in New Jersey, we hold 2 walks. The Walk to Cure Arthritis Jersey Shore was held May 19th at the Great Lawn Pavilion. And the Walk to Cure Arthritis West Orange was held on June 2nd at South Mountain Recreation Complex in West Orange. The walks are an inspiring day, or 2 inspiring days, that bring together the entire arthritis community and create connections, provide education, and raise critical funds to support the 60 million children, teens, and adults living with doctor-diagnosed arthritis. Last year, we raised a combined total of $218,812, and had over 1,000 people in total attend. And that's a lot of people. And this year we're coming up on our 20th anniversary walk in New Jersey, which you'll hear about later. So we're excited to hopefully beat those numbers. We also do a 1-week camp in Millville, Pennsylvania. New Jersey and Pennsylvania share that camp. Last year, 75 children attended, and 18 of those were from New Jersey. The cost per child for the week, an entire week, is $25, which is a real bargain. Children enjoy many fun activities like archery, boating, crafts, zip lining, and they get to swim every day, assuming the weather holds up. The camp has educational sessions for the campers, and they have a great time spending time with the other campers. Jay, Family Day 2024 was held on October 23rd at the Montclair Art Museum. The morning included a family scavenger hunt in the museum, kids art class, and a parents presentation on quick and nutritious snacks and meals for their children. We had over 70 people attend the event, and everyone enjoyed some free Jersey Mikes at the end. Or it was a great day. So the Young Adult Committee probably doesn't get as much notoriety as they should. This has been a very active group. They hosted a wide range of events in 2024, offering both virtual and in-person opportunities for connection and support. Virtual events focused on impactful topics like mental health, arthritis management, workplace accommodations, fostering meaningful discussions and learning. Meanwhile, the in-person gatherings were vibrant social occasions, including a lively happy hour in Asbury Park and a warm, festive Friendsgiving celebration. These events brought young adults together to build community, share experiences, and have a little fun. We hosted a very successful veterans luncheon on November 11th at the Mountainside Elks. Over 100 veterans and their family and friends attended the luncheon. The event included a health fair along with tables hosted by organizations that offer services to the military. There were a total of 20 vendors. The 2024 honorees, in terms of organizations, the GI Go Fund and the National Association of Black Military Women were honored. And in terms of individuals, Brett D'Alessandro of Backpacks for Life was honored along with Cheryl Adams and Bob Johnson. Another great event. In December, we held Jingle Bell Run, New Jersey. That took place on Saturday, December 7th at Bell Works in Homedale. We have managed to avoid the filming of Severance. Well, we had that problem a few years ago, but no filming this time through. We had a goal of 125,000 and raised a total of 155,682 with a remarkable number of 734 participants. Bristol Myers Squibb hosted 2 Jingle Bell Run events for their employees on their Princeton Pike and Lawrenceville campuses. Although the runs could not take place due to weather, we held modified celebrations at both locations. Between the 2 campuses, an impressive 434 people signed up to participate. And we are so grateful for this partnership and thank them for raising an additional $44,000 for the New Jersey market. (2024) overall was a great year for the New Jersey market. We accomplished our goals and were able to raise in total $745,239 through our events. Our sincere thanks to all who helped us achieve this success. Our leadership board, our volunteer committees, our day of event volunteers, our program attendees, our community partners, our donors, and our advocates. That's a lot of people who make this all work, and we're very thankful for you. As we move into 2025, we have some exciting news on the advocacy front. We've been previewing that if you haven't figured that out yet. So let's hear more about that from Melissa Horn, the Director of State Legislative Affairs for the Department of Advocacy and Access. Melissa, the stage is yours.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for having me, and congratulations on all the success statewide for all those events. It's awesome to see those reflections, and certainly advocacy has been a part of that on the state level. New Jersey has been a state with a lot of activity on our issues, but unfortunately we haven't had a lot of success quite yet on our top 3 issues. So if we go through as I go through the next slides, I'll start with copay accumulators, which is one of our top priority issues. So for those that aren't familiar with the issue, a copay accumulator is often in plans that are state regulated by New Jersey, where they do not count copay assistance towards a patient's deductible or out-of-pocket max. This is obviously a big problem because if our patients are utilizing copay assistance, they're struggling to cover their often high deductible plans to really meet those costs and be able to fill their prescription. And of course, our research shows that it takes a while for folks to be able to find the right medication. And then some of these medications don't have generics, so can be rather pricey and often need assistance either from a foundation charity or a drug manufacturer. So we want to make sure all copays count, which is the part of our mantra and our nationwide coalition on this issue to restrict copay accumulators in health insurance plans nationwide. So we have covered most of the map. You'll see a couple different colors here. It's kind of like a stoplight. With a handful of states that are in green that have existing laws that prohibit copay accumulators. So we're actually up to 23 states that either have laws that have passed through the legislative process and signed by governors and are implemented, or 2 states, we have Nevada and Minnesota, that have guidance of some sort that have been issued by the insurance commissioner. So that's part of the executive branch. And is issued as insurance plans put together their rate filings for the year. So we love to see laws because it's definitely more permanent than going through the executive branch, which is only tied to that administration, and is certainly something that we'll continue to look for. And we're also working to make sure that we are defending the laws that we've already passed and that health insurance plans are following the laws. So quite a bit of work on this issue, but we've seen a lot of success. And then moving on to step therapy. This is that fail first policy. A lot of health plans have what's known as utilization management protocols. These are cost saving measures, in their opinion, to make sure that patients are taking drugs that they've helped negotiated in their drug tier pricing to be most cost effective. So again, part of that utilization management protocol. These processes can be pretty burdensome because we want our patients to be able to get to the drug that their doctor prescribed fast without having to go through failing on a drug and experiencing the often really devastating side effects that come along with trying drugs that just won't work for you. So we have been very successful in reforming step therapy protocols, which includes being able to have a good appeals process and being able to get, again, to that drug that your provider, your doctor prescribed quicker. So 38 states have laws. We've actually gone and even amended some of them in recent years, and of course are working federally on this issue too, and we're working federally on the copays issue too. But we have had 38 states that have laws, along with some that have studied the issue, like Rhode Island. Hopefully that'll lead to legislation that can pass their legislature there. So the last issue is our newest policy priority in the top 3 for the foundation. And this is around biomarker testing. Really exciting because Peggy, who is a part of your advocacy efforts in state, did an excellent video on this issue. Biomarker testing is not just about diagnosing a disease like arthritis, but it's about precision medicine and finding the best treatment for a disease. So again, we talked about step therapy and failing on drugs. Often it takes 2 to 3 years for a patient to figure out which drug is going to work for them. Biomarker testing is a way to get there faster. But unfortunately, a lot of insurance plans don't want to cover biomarker testing, and it does come with a cost. Some of it can be less expensive, but some tests do have to travel to academic centers, which can run up the price tag. So we are working to expand coverage. We partner with the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network on biomarker testing nationwide. And in the last 2 years, we've gone from like 3 states to like 20 states with laws to ensure biomarker testing is covered under state regulated plans. So as you can see, we were really successful in this last year in 2024, adding 7 state laws, but we have some asterisks on these laws. A lot of states only want to limit it to cancer-related testing. So we have to be really involved here to make sure that it includes arthritis. And we often partner with other disease groups like Alzheimer's and MS Society, et cetera, to make sure it's disease agnostic. So it doesn't just stay limited in scope to cancer only biomarker testing. So again, a lot of work here on all 3 issues. And if you go to the next slide, to no surprise, we have all 3 in New Jersey. And we've already started working on this in 2024. And thank you to Katie and Peggy. We had some kind of late in the year testimony even where it was like a really quick notice where the hearings would pop up on some of these legislative issues. But we've had some success on all 3. In New Jersey, you have an Assembly bill and a Senate bill. Typically, they're called companion legislation, where it can move simultaneously in each chamber. So we kind of get 2 shots at the target here. So both for copay accumulators and step therapy, we've seen success again in the committee process and biomarker testing as well. But we continue to push these 3 issues through the legislative process. I'm very optimistic in New Jersey. New Jersey is unique in the fact that you didn't have a major election in November. It's this coming November that you guys are going to be more active in the campaigning aspect, in which case state legislators are a little bit more apt to pass policy and bring it back to their district because they want to be reelected. So this is a good opportunity, again, for the state to really move forward on our top 3 priority issues. And we are tracking other bills too. But we have decided to keep New Jersey as a priority state. And we have a lot of different ways that you can engage in that process. If you're interested in participating in advocacy, there's a couple easy ways that you can join the movement, as it were. You can follow us on social media. You can help us with our media advocacy outreach. We have targeted areas around the state where we'd love to see letters to the editor and opinion pieces. Small media outlets are just as important as big ones. In fact, state legislators like to clip the local journals, et cetera. So submitting a letter to the editor can be really impactful, as well as, again, doing videos and that sort of outreach, and just being ready to testify if we have another opportunity for any of our legislation before committees. Also, we have a state lobby day. We're trying to partner with the American Cancer Society this year with their Action Week. So their Action Week is March 31st through April 4th. And I can put a link, or we can share it to, if you're interested in coming to the Capitol with us. Certainly that's a really moving experience to be able to meet with your legislators one-on-one. But if you can't come in person, we'll also have virtual opportunities. We have action alerts. And if you haven't already signed up, an easy way to sign up to get those action alerts is to text arthritis to 50457. And you'll get a text message whenever we send out action alerts that say, hey, contact your legislator about this bill. Lastly, and again, most importantly, I'm a lobbyist. I cover all 50 states for the Arthritis Foundation, and I share a lot of facts and figures. But your stories, your experiences, especially as patients in navigating all of these issues, especially when it comes to insurance coverage, is what really moves the dial on all of these issues. So if you have a story around utilizing copay assistance, getting biomarker testing like Peggy, or really navigating step therapy, or maybe even prior authorization issues, please, please, please share your story. You go to arthritis.org/advocate. There'll be a lot of opportunities for you to engage on these issues, a lot of information that you can follow up on. But there's a lot of different ways that you can stay with us throughout the year and really engage in advocacy. And if we want to move on to the next slide, just here's some like evergreen opportunities here. We also have, of course, federal outreach. It's not just the state legislation that we're working on. We have the Help Copays Act we're working with Congress to reintroduce and try to get co-sponsors for, to again, make sure copay assistance counts for patients. We have the Safe Step Act, again, reintroduction with this Congress and working to pass that. Number of other issues that will come up. So we have a roadmap that we can definitely share, just to stay tuned throughout the year and participate in those advocacy opportunities. And then on the state level, May is Arthritis Awareness Month. So if you're interested, not just with the state level, with the governor and getting an arthritis resolution to create awareness, but you can do this on the city level, on the county level too. Get mayors and county councils to introduce resolutions, just again, to really promote. I think we even last May did a big make everything green push. So we'll definitely continue to work on that as well. And then I think I'll just end with my contact information. I'm here for you all. I'll be participating in the lobby day events and am definitely available if you guys have questions on legislation as it moves throughout the legislative process, but we will keep you posted as action opportunities arise. And just thank you so much for your efforts and for sharing your stories, because that is the most impactful thing.
Thank you. Thank you, Melissa. Really appreciate that. Hopefully I came off mute. Everybody hear me? So that's a great segue into 2025. Kind of looking forward to what we can do on the advocacy side. I'm going to stop talking about 2024 and I'm going to turn the program over to our new local leadership chair, Tanya Horton, who's going to talk about what exciting plans we have for 2025.
Thank you, Chris, and good evening, everyone. Before we jump into 2025, let's celebrate the success we had in 2024. So if you could drop some reactions in the chat or some Zoom reactions, just to say thank you to Chris and his leadership and to the Arthritis Foundation for the wonderful volunteers that made 2024 so successful for us. So now on to 2025. Our Pathways Conference is being held on March 28th through the 29th in Chicago. This is our annual conference that brings staff and volunteers together from across the country for education, motivation, and fun. Click the QR code and you can register for the conference, and we hope to see you there. On March 8th, we'll be having our JA Family Day. Join us for a great day for the whole family at Pinstripes in Paramus. Older youth will be bowling while younger children will enjoy balloon artists, face painting, and crafts. There will also be an educational program for the parents and lunch for all at the end. So again, there's a QR code. Please click on the QR code and we hope to see you at the JA Day event. On March 19th, we will have our Living Well with Arthritis event, which will be held at the Silver Ridge Westerly Clubhouse in Toms River. The event includes presentations by Dr. Joel Fetchison from Seaview Orthopedics, Dr. Nicole Daver from the Institute for Rheumatic and Autoimmune Disease. There will also be a vendor area where you can get more information. A light breakfast and lunch are included with this event. We hope to see you at Toms River. Walk to Cure Arthritis. Chris talked about our 2 walks that we host in New Jersey. This year is our 20th anniversary. The 2 walks support 60 million children, teens, and adults who live with doctor-diagnosed arthritis. And this year is a special one for us because we're celebrating 20 years. The Walk to Cure Arthritis Jersey Shore is taking place on Sunday, May 18th at the Great Lawn Pavilion in Long Branch. And Walk to Cure Arthritis West Orange is taking place on Sunday, June 1st at South Mountain Recreation Complex in West Orange. Registration is open for both events, and we look forward to seeing you there. The JA Family Summit, the national event, will be held from July 10th through the 13th at Salt Lake City, Utah. There you can meet families from across the country who are all facing the same challenges of raising a child with arthritis. Our JA camp locally will be held from July 13th through the 18th at Camp Victory in Millville, Pennsylvania. Registration is also open for this event. We have 2 national cycling events. Our newest event is the Carolina Hills Classic Bike Tour, which is a 4-day event, fully appointed road cycling adventure that includes hotel stays, meals, luggage transfers, and ride support as it traverses the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains surrounding Greenville, South Carolina, and Brevard, North Carolina. The inaugural ride will take place from June 12th through June 15th, 2025. And then we have our veteran, if you would say, biking event, Carolina Coast Classic. This is an 8-day, 525-mile ride, which begins in San Francisco and ends in LA. This boutique annual bike tour follows California's iconic Highway 1 and is fully supported. It is great for beginners and experienced riders, and is also e-bike friendly. This 8-day bike ride begins in San Francisco, ends in LA, and is taking place from September 6th through September 13th. Limited rider spots are available, so if you're interested, sign up soon. And we have some of our annual events that are taking place. Some of the dates are not confirmed yet, but we are already working on the plans for all of our fall events and programs. Our 2024 Evening of Honors will be held on Thursday, October 23rd at the Palace at Somerset Park. Join us for a great evening that honors people in the community making a difference. The JA Family Day will be held in October, and the Veterans Luncheon will be held in November. And we will be back at Bell Works in Homedale for the Jingle Bell Run on Saturday, December the 6th. Every year, the New Jersey Market honors volunteers who have made an impact to receive our New Jersey Market Awards. So let's meet our award winners for 2024. I would like to introduce Joanne Baker to introduce our first honoree.
Hi, everyone. So I am really excited to introduce the Reinhardt family as the 2024 Volunteer of the Year for their incredible dedication to the Arthritis Foundation and their unwavering support in raising awareness and funds for those affected by arthritis. They have been involved with the Arthritis Foundation since 2021 when Hannah, their daughter, was diagnosed. Last year alone, Hannah's Heroes raised more than $9,500, showcasing their commitment to making a difference. The Reinhardt family has been consistently involved in numerous events, lending their time, energy, and resources. Here's just a small look at some of their outstanding contributions. Evening of Honors. Their generous participation helped raise significant funds, including their 2 major donations, the Jets and the Rolling Stone tickets. Jingle Bell Run. Hannah's Heroes has been one of the top teams and has raised over $30,000 since they started in 2021. Rachel and I were co-chairs for this event this year, and I was lucky to work alongside her. Her fun and competitive spirit was such a contributing factor to the success of the event. Hannah and Charlie hosted a lemonade stand with all proceeds benefiting the Arthritis Foundation. Their creativity and enthusiasm truly stand out. They also were involved in the West Orange Walk, Camp Chat, and JA Family Day. In addition to these events, Tim has been actively involved in the auction committee, helping to make the Evening of Honors auction a success. And lastly, we cannot overlook Rachel's contribution in coordinating the podcast episode on Beyond the Green, where Hannah shared her story and helped raise continued awareness about arthritis. Their unwavering commitment to support, whether through events or educational initiatives, plays a key role in advancing the Arthritis Foundation's mission. Rachel is always ready to connect with other parents, and her efforts, along with her families, are integral in the foundation's continued success. The Reinhardt family's devotion to this cause has been nothing short of inspiring. Their involvement across multiple events and their relentless fundraising efforts truly embody the spirit of volunteerism. Please join us in congratulating Hannah, Charlie, Tim, and Rachel Reinhardt for their outstanding contributions, for being selected as our 2024 Volunteer of the Year. Thank you, Reinhardt family, for all that you do. Yay!
Thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Tim and I are not in the same state at the moment, but he's on here too, I think. Joanne, that was so nice.
Thanks,
There
everybody.
he is.
I loved working with you, and I look forward to doing more stuff with you.
I can't wait. Yeah, when I reached out to the Arthritis Foundation for the first time, when Hannah was diagnosed, was like an instant connection, and I kind of got involved right away. And I'm really, really honored to keep being asked to get involved and to help however I can. I think you guys have really helped us more than apparently we've helped, which is really nice to hear. But yeah, I appreciate everybody we've worked with and we've met, and it's been really fun, and we're happy to have a bunch of new friends out of it. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Congratulations to the Reinhardt family. Thank you so much. Next, we'll have Dr. Nicole Daver to introduce our next honoree.
All right, thank you, Tanya. And so it is with great pleasure that I present the 2024 Advocacy Award to Dr. Elliot Rosenstein. Dr. Rosenstein has been an advocate for the Arthritis Foundation for many years. He is also a member of the Advocacy Committee and attends meetings to be sure he is up to date on all the legislation that affects his patients. He also brought another rheumatologist onto the committee. Knowing the importance of advocacy, he has also volunteered for many years to host the advocacy table at the Walk to Cure Arthritis in West Orange, encouraging others to sign up. Dr. Rosenstein is a strong advocate for his patients. He is the doctor who will sit on the phone and talk to insurance companies to ensure his patients are able to get the medication they need. He is the doctor who cares for his patients' well-being overall, not just their arthritis, but also works on other aspects such as diet, physical therapy, and the importance of a good quality of life. He is also a walking billboard for the Arthritis Foundation and always recommends his patients contact the Arthritis Foundation and use their resources. Dr. Rosenstein is the founding president of the New Jersey Rheumatology Association, or NJRA. Knowing continued education and networking is important for rheumatologists, he formed this organization to create a space twice a year for New Jersey rheumatologists to get together and at each meeting have an educational component. Recently, advocacy was a topic at one of the meetings. He also reconnected the NJRA and the Arthritis Foundation, and now through his efforts, the vice chair of the NJRA sits on the New Jersey Local Leadership Board, and the Arthritis Foundation presents at the NJR meetings. This way, we're able to engage with rheumatologists we may not have had the opportunity to meet. Dr. Rosenstein also looks to the future for arthritis patients, knowing there will be an increased shortage of rheumatologists. 2 years ago, Dr. Rosenstein put together a fellowship program for Atlantic Health System. He built the program and curriculum and helped secure the needed funding for it, and now serves as the program director. On a personal note, I have had the honor of working with Dr. Rosenstein and was fortunate enough to have him as a mentor when I became a new physician just out of fellowship training. He has a vast knowledge of rheumatology, and he always goes the extra mile to find answers for his patients and his colleagues. If you ask him a question and he doesn't know the answer, you may get an email from him at 10 o'clock at night with the answer, because that's how dedicated he is. He's a great listener, and his patients love him because he is so dedicated, kind, and knowledgeable. I have no doubt that my career has been positively impacted due to his mentorship and kindness. So, Elliot, congratulations. This honor is well deserved. Yay!
Nicole, thank you so much for those words. And I really appreciate the fact that you did not mention how many years I've been doing this.
There you go.
But whatever I've done is really just a small component of a much larger effort. And there's so many people to share the recognition with. We've had wonderful leadership of the organization, Karen and Emily and the advocacy committee with Katie and Evan and wonderful colleagues at Atlantic Health, Nicole in particular, you and Liz DeSantis. It's an effort that takes an entire community. And not to end on a pessimistic note, but I think looking to 2025 and the future, our efforts are going to have to be magnified because with the current political administration, with the anti-science and the anti-public health attitude of a lot of our leadership, it becomes all the more important that we do what we're doing on a grassroots, on a local, on a state level. And we can't sit back and just accept praises. We have to magnify our efforts. So, and I thank Nicole, I thank you, and I thank the AF New Jersey chapter, and I look forward to working on this more in the future.
Thank you, Elliot.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rosenstein. Next, Tracy Gable will introduce our next set of honorees.
Good evening, everyone. It is my absolute honor to introduce two incredible individuals, Laura and Frank Nicola, as this year's recipients of the Arthritis Foundation's Unsung Hero Award. Their journey with the Arthritis Foundation began in 2017 when Emily first reached out to Laura after reading about Smart Sips Coffee and New Jersey Biz. From that moment on, they have been unwavering in their support, providing coffee and hot chocolate for our Jingle Bell runs, donating gifts for giveaways, and always finding new ways to give back. Laura stepped up as a corporate champion in 2020, guiding us through challenges of the pandemic like no other, and even introducing us to key partners like New Jersey Advanced Media, which helped out so much. Their generosity doesn't stop there. Laura and Frank have been dedicated supporters of the Walk to Cure Arthritis Jersey Shore, helped us celebrate Doctor's Day, and year after year, Laura proudly picks out her perfect ugly Christmas sweater for the Jingle Bell Run. Love it. Smart Sips is really such a highlight at all events, not to mention my 5-year-old daughter personally looks forward to their hot chocolate and even has proclaimed it as one of her favorite parts of the Jingle Bell Run. Laura and Frank embody the spirit of this award, not seeking recognition, but always showing up, always giving, and always making a difference. Tonight, we celebrate them not just for what they do, but for who they are. Please join me in congratulating the 2024 Unsung Hero Award recipients, Laura and Frank Nicola.
Thank you so much. Am I okay to talk? Thank you so much. It has been such a pleasure. This hits home for me because, I remember the first time I saw my dad, suffering from arthritis. I was 19 and I could just see it still in my head. And he's had hard times, and just recently he's going through a really hard time again. And just being part of the Arthritis Foundation, I remember feeling so helpless, like, he had a hard time walking down the stairs and all this stuff. And I was, young, I didn't know what to do. And just being part of this makes it makes my heart feel like something, I can't help him physically, but we're being part of this wonderful organization means so much to us. I adore Emily, Karen, Joanne. I mean, it is a pleasure, and I have my kids with me because I hope that they stay involved, you know, after long after we do. So they are, you know, consider them volunteers in whatever year, so they're in. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Lara and Frank. Next, Katie Carr will introduce our next honoree.
So I am so honored to present Liz DeSantis with the 2024 Champion of Yes Award. Liz has been an active volunteer in the New Jersey market for many years. In 2018, she was diagnosed with psoriatic arthritis, which has given her a unique perspective as a certified nurse practitioner working with kids with arthritis. Liz has encouraged families to get involved with the Arthritis Foundation through camp, JA Family Days, Walk, and Jingle Bell Run. She's also helped introduce us and secure many honorees for the events. In 2022, she served as the adult honoree for the Walk to Cure Arthritis West Orange. Her team, AHS Rheumatology, participates in both Walk and Jingle Bell Run. Liz serves on the Evening of Honors Auction Committee as well as the JA Committee. Along with Dr. Rosenstein, she has advocated for a larger participation between Arthritis Foundation and Atlantic Health System. She has not let arthritis stop her from accomplishing her goals, including completing the New York City Marathon. Liz is always willing to help however possible. She's an advocate, an educator, a partner, and a true champion of yes. Congratulations, Liz.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get emotional. Karen told me I could say a few words and I panicked. So I'm either gonna be short or I'm gonna ramble. So like you guys can tell me to stop talking. But as you said, Katie, you know, first of all, thank you. Like this really means a lot. But I do have a unique perspective, right? As a patient living with arthritis, but then also, you know, caring as a nurse practitioner for kids with similar diagnosis, right? So this mission is deeply personal. And professionally, but personally. And, you know, I know firsthand how having an arthritis diagnosis for somebody who's so active can feel isolating and like super overwhelming. And that's not even the physical effects of the disease. So just having the resources that the Arthritis Foundation has, but, you know, support, education, the vital fundraising, you know, I've benefited for it, and I strive to ensure that my patients and their families do it as well. So as the previous award winner mentioned, like I do truly adore every single person on this call. Like it makes it really fun to be a part of all the you know, initiatives and the events. So thank you to the New Jersey Arthritis Foundation for, you know, choosing me for this award, but also just for all of you guys for your dedication and for allowing me to be a part of this really incredible community and organization. And, you know, this means more than you guys will know. So thank you. And I look forward to continuing our efforts together.
Thank you, Liz. Next, I have the honor of introducing Chris Frick. Chris's involvement with the Arthritis Foundation began when his daughter Lily was diagnosed at 18 months. Through her pediatric rheumatologist, they found out about the walk, and he and his family formed a team, Lily's Flower Power, in 2007. And they are still participating to this day and have raised close to $150,000. Chris joined the local leadership board in December 2018. Since Walk was where his involvement was, he joined the 2019 Walk Committee, and a year later, the pandemic hit, and everything went virtual. Chris and his family still form their team and walk near their home and continue to raise funds. In 2021, Chris agreed to serve as a co-chair of the Walk Committee with Tanisha McComb. The walk that year remained virtual, though we held the opening ceremony at McClune's Vote House with only the co-chairs and the honorees. In 2022, Chris co-chaired with Courtney Rassiopi in one of the most challenging years for the event. A lot of the committee was new and had never seen an in-person walk before, but Chris, along with Courtney as the leads, led both walks to go off beautifully. Chris's daughter Lily was also the national honoree that year. Under his leadership, the walks far surpassed their budgets, and raised a combined total of $236,644 against a goal of $190,000. Knowing Chris had the ability to lead, the next acts in 2022, once again, was to ask him to serve as the co-chair, was to serve as the vice chair of the board, which he did graciously, and then served as chair from 2023 and through 2024. Chris was hands-on and could be seen painting rocks for the mission tent when we had the theme Rock the Walk, serving breakfast at a veterans event, and he has been the Insera pickup for the West Orange Walk for multiple years. His term as chair ended on a fantastic note. As you just heard, New Jersey hit its budgeted goal for 2024. Although his term as chair has ended, his involvement is something that we know we can count on in the years to come. So please join me in congratulating Chris Frick as the recipient of the 2024 New Jersey Leadership Award.
Well, thank you, Tanya, and thank you everyone for being here. You know, a leadership award is easy when you have people who are so dedicated and are so engaged, and I think the engagement is the most important part of this. Our board is very engaged, our volunteers are very engaged, and our staff is very engaged. Again, easy to lead. This award, is really a credit to everybody that works so hard. And I'm sure Tanya is going to come to realize as the board chair how integral all those people are in making the Arthritis Foundation such a great charity, and the New Jersey chapter in particular, such a strong force within the national group. So thank you for all the help over the years, and you're not going to get rid of me. I am going to be around for quite some time. So thanks again.
Thank you so much, Chris. Dr. Albino will come up next to introduce our next honoree.
Good evening, everybody. It's with great pleasure that I present the Corporate Partner Award to CV Orthopedics. CV has been a partner of the Arthritis Foundation since 2009, which is unbelievably 16 years ago, when they first sponsored our walk at Jenkinson's. Since that time, our partnership has grown substantially. On the education front, Dr. Marks presented our address to the business community in 2017. We've also collaborated on multiple community programs in various communities over the years, educating hundreds of people. Seaview also sponsors our community events, knowing the importance of an affiliation with the Arthritis Foundation since most of their patients have the disease. They have been a walk sponsor for the past 16 years and a sponsor of the Jingle Bell Run for the past 9. Two of their orthopedists, Dr. Marks and Dr. Fischeson, were also medical honorees of the Jingle Bell Run. They formed teams for both events, now focused more on the Jingle Bell Run, where they typically have one of our largest teams. In 2020, when we had to take the events virtually, they still sponsored the events and participated. We were even invited to their virtual walk kickoff, where we were all on a Zoom in different locations. In 2023, we were chosen to be the recipient of the funds for their fall festival. Dr. Joel Fischeson served 6 years on the New Jersey Local Leadership Board and remains engaged with the New Jersey market. In fact, he's presenting at the Living Well with Arthritis event in Toms River on March 19th. CV Orthopedics is truly a supporter of the community and always looks to give back. Dr. Vasson, a managing partner, strongly believes in giving back to the community they serve and encourages all in their practice to support his community in some way. In fact, one of my good friends that's a member of CV Orthopedics is very involved with the Jingle Bell Run every year. Every month, CVU supports a different nonprofit, each in a different way. It could be a toy or a coat drive. It could be a pinup campaign, or it could be coming out of one of our events and walking or running with the Arthritis Foundation. In addition, once a month, one of their doctors sees uninsured patients at the Monmouth Medical Clinic, and if needed, performs the surgeries at no cost, which is just incredible. We are proud to have partnered with CV Orthopedics over the last 16 years and look forward to working with them for many, many years to come. Thank you guys for all that you do.
There we go. Thank you very much for that introduction. Sorry about the crowded picture. Nobody pays attention to Daddy all day long, and then when they get a chance to be on camera, they come running. It's truly an honor to accept this award on behalf of CV Orthopedics. I'd love to take credit for this all by myself, but it truly is a team effort. Constant work from our marketing staff, Michelle, Layla, and Savannah, consistent support from our administrative team, and wide-ranging participation from not only the physicians in our practice, but also the staff is really what makes this possible. You mentioned I came into the board, I think it was 2018, before the blonde one here was born. And even since we've left, we've maintained a close relationship, and you can count on CV Orthopedics' unwavering support moving forward. On a personal note, I'd just like to thank all the members of the board for your friendship and support and furtherance of my career. It is bedtime at the Fetcherson household, so I do have to put the animals to bed. But thank you to all the honorees, and we will see you in the coming year, 2025. Thanks.
Thank you to Seaview Orthopedics and to Dr. Fetcherson. Congratulations to all of our awardees. We are so thankful that you are choosing to take your time out to volunteer with us at the New Jersey Arthritis Foundation. Thank you so much. And we're looking for more volunteers. Are you interested? Are you interested in learning more about one of our events that you heard about that are coming up in 2025? Are you interested in finding out about the resources that are available to you? If so, reach out to Emily or Will. Their contact information is on the screen to learn more about how you can become part of our New Jersey team. We would love to have you. 2025 will also bring some changes for us to the New Jersey team, as our executive director, Karen Drisick, is retiring on March 28th. So let's take some time right now to thank Karen for her 15 years of dedicated service to the Arthritis Foundation, with some hearts in the chat or with some reactions, just to let her know how much we appreciate her. She's off camera because she doesn't like this part. But I also want to say a happy congratulations to Emily Myers, who has been an integral part of the market for the past 8 years and who will become our new executive director effective on March 31st. So let's show some congratulations to Emily in the chat and on the screen with some reactions.
So no, I don't like this part, but I will say, it's been an honor to lead for 15 years. So I know I'm leaving the market in the best of hands. Emily's been with me the past 8 years. She knows the market as well as I do. And I expect to see a lot going on and a lot of success in the future. So I'm still coming out to walks and everything. You'll still see me around, but it's definitely my time to leave, and it's time for Emily to lead.
Thank you so much, Karen. Emily, do you want to say anything?
I'm gonna cry. Thank you. You guys are all awesome. This really just like truly fuels my passion. You guys are why we do what we do. So I'm so glad that we can celebrate you, and I look forward to continuing all these partnerships and all these wonderful opportunities. Again, we're so grateful for volunteers. We could not do it without you. So I definitely look forward to continuing to work with you guys. And again, to thank Karen for all her leadership throughout the last 8 years with me. Previously, she was here before that. So I wouldn't be where I am without any of you.
Thank you. I really enjoyed working with Karen, and I'm going to miss her. And I enjoy working with Emily, and I'm looking forward to see where she will lead the New Jersey market. So thank you, Karen. Congratulations to Emily. I also want to add that we will have another new team member, Jamie Jordan, who will be joining us on March 17th as the development director. So welcome, Jamie, to the New Jersey market. On behalf of the local leadership board and the New Jersey staff, thank you for joining us tonight and for your continued support year-round. We look forward to seeing you at one of our many upcoming events or programs, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks all.
Good night, everyone.
Congratulations, everyone. Good night.